this video, we're gonna test cheap HID bulbs versus expensive ones. This is a set of Nissan 350Z OEM headlights, and they come factory with D2S HID bulbs, which is actually one of these guys that I have here. But I wanted to test that against the most expensive bulbs that you could find versus the cheapest bulbs that you could find from Amazon. So not only are we gonna actually turn these things on and see how they look, but we're also going to test them with a little meter and compare all those numbers against each other. And then last, I'm gonna ask you what you think the best bulb is to buy for the money.
As much as I hate to interrupt this, I actually messed up in the middle of the video, so stay tuned to the end so you can see what I got wrong.
So to start off, we're gonna go with the $15 Amazon bulbs. This is 15 bucks for a pair. It was like $15.99 next day shipping from Amazon. Those showed up, and these are the bulbs right here. So no metal at the base. It just looks like the most basic bulb. We're gonna install it into this light right now, turn it on, and we're gonna count how long it takes to get to full operating temperature. All right, we're gonna line up this little notch with the little square cutout there, and then lock this bulb into place. Okay, as soon as I connect this wire, this HID is gonna turn on, and I wanna know exactly how long it takes until it seems like it's not changing from a bluer color to more white. All right, so we're gonna do this on 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go, it's warming up. It is not at the full operating temperature. I think about right now. I don't know, that one certainly wasn't scientific, but it did take a while to get to full operating temperature, and you could hear the little ballast was screaming inside. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is shut off all the lights. I got 16 feet from about where I'm standing to my little lux meter over there. We're gonna measure in foot candles and see exactly how much each of these 3 bulbs produces. Okay, so I'm gonna aim the hot spot right at our little lux meter here, and I'm seeing about 66 as the max so far. I'm gonna try to get higher than 66. So that is gonna be, ooh, we got 69. Hey, I'm good with 69. Okay, that is our max reading with these aftermarket bulbs. So I'm gonna unplug these, and this again was the $15 pair of bulbs from Amazon, which begs the question, when people build custom lights, they always wanna just know how much. But we could use cheap bulbs, we could use expensive bulbs, we could do something really crazy to the insides of these, or we could do something like is actually gonna be filmed on these, a very simple blackout internal paint job. So if you wanna know the answer to the almighty question of how much, I've put a guide below on this video. It's a free thing for you, it just breaks down all the questions you should be asking. And if you really want to know how much, that is how you're going to find out. So it's just a free little gift for you, linked up below. I'm going to swap this bulb out with the second most expensive bulb, which in this case happens to be these Osram CBI bulbs. I remember these things used to be crazy expensive, but now you can have these for about 105 bucks for the pair. Before I swap it out, I do notice it just looks like a way higher quality bulb. You've got the metal band at the bottom, the little metal posts in the middle there. Let's swap out that bulb and see what the difference is in output. A little side-by-side action. Oh, I knew I was gonna do that. All right, we're gonna do our countdown again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Gotta count it out until we get to full operating. We're there. That was good. Was that 8? So like half the time, less than half the time, I think. I don't know, it seemed like it just fired up. Maybe let me know if I didn't do that the right way. I think I did. I heard the ballast screaming, and it took 8 or 9 seconds for that bulb to be all the way, at least full brightness, as far as I can tell. Probably do this on the meter later, but that'd be so boring. Let's just see how bright this bulb actually is. Okay, John's blind now. Just like last time, I'm going to center the hot spot right at the little lux meter there and try to get the highest reading I can. Ooh, I saw 163, damn. Ooh, 168 is the highest so far. Well, we almost stacked a hundo on top of the last bulb. That's pretty impressive. All right, let's swap out our last and final and most expensive bulb. These bulbs are $100 a pop, $99.99 if you go down to, I don't know, AutoZone or O'Reilly.
I messed up. So I was editing this and I realized that the bulb I was talking about in the video was not the one I thought it was. So now we're gonna go buy that bulb so I could test it too.
All right, I'm back. So this is how I made the mistake. I started editing the video and I didn't realize that the bulb I thought that I was testing was not actually the bulb. I had one that was from Philips, and it turns out that the bulbs that you can get from AutoZone and O'Reilly are actually made by Osram, which have that $100 bulb, I don't know, they were freaking expensive. You saw in the video, right? Which means that the information I put at the video that I filmed yesterday was actually incorrect. That wasn't a $100 bulb. You can find those things for about 80 bucks as well for a pair of them. So they weren't the most expensive. They actually were like the middle expensive one. And that makes this one the fourth bulb, which is actually $100 per bulb, as you saw. All right, so we are now going to test this bulb with the warm-up time and the output, and I'm very curious to see what the numbers are on this one. And check these things out, side by side, they look pretty damn identical, with the exception that this one has a little bit lighter of a gray base. But other than that, I mean, they're the same. All right, let me twist this guy in place and we'll see how long it takes to warm up. All right, now for the fourth time for us, but the third time for you, we're gonna test these things. So 1, 2, 3, there. Same thing, okay, so about 8.5, 9 seconds. And check out the color temperature on the ceiling. It's actually a bit more yellow, but I don't know. I feel like it's got a little bit of whiteness to it more than the other ones did. Let's shut off the lights and we're gonna test it on the lux meter. All right, moment of truth. We are gonna see the final readings for the most expensive bulbs. Ooh, and I can see it right there. I saw 121 for a second. All right, that is the max. Now we have tested 4 different bulbs. I'm still gonna show you the footage of the other bulb that I thought was this one, and then we'll talk about it at the end. You can pick up an OEM HID D2S bulb for these 350Z headlights, and they by far are gonna be your most expensive option. And by the way, that's the price for each bulb. So this is 200 bucks a pair. This is almost twice as much as the last bulbs that we tried. So just actually like the other one, it does have the little metal band on the bottom, and it's got the little metal feet there. So pull those out. This time I'm not gonna drop them because I don't care if they're only 105. That's a lot of money for bulbs. And I can tell you that this bulb, unlike the last one, this is rated at 4150 Kelvin, which means it's gonna have a lot more yellow to it than this nice kind of pure white bulb that we had, which is the Osram CBI. All right, this is gonna be the ultra scientific test, round 3, factory bulb. 1, 2, 3. Now. That's pretty much, I don't know, maybe it was 12 seconds, maybe I jumped the gun. It is certainly a lot more yellow than the other. So just like I said, 4150 on the Kelvin scale. That means that it's definitely not pure white. That's more like a 5000K. This is 4150K. I don't know, it just doesn't look as good, and it's the most expensive bulb. It's just a lot more yellow. Let's actually see how it performs. An important thing to note as well, these are what come inside of the headlights. So if you go to a dealer and you get original equipment, this is what you're gonna see. And we are getting, I saw 93, 94. Anyway, when I was going back and I saw the specifications for the one and thought that I was talking about another one, I didn't feel good about putting that information out there. So we actually shot this extra part just for you. What bulbs did you think were the best out of the 4 of them? Would you go with the first, second, third, or the 4th bonus bulb? I'm really curious to hear in the comments below what you would buy.